2, roll on D. Go. Keep rolling. And we're going to go E, 1, 2, 3, with. So let's go back to D. And we're going to move in time. I'll tell you what to move, okay? Just know that your next note is E. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, E. The next note you're going to go to is F sharp. Don't move yet. Don't move yet. Now, ready? 1, a 2, a 3. F sharp. Good. Middle of the note. Go back to E3, E. And then we're going to go back home to D3, D. And freeze. All right, so Bev, I'm going to get you to stand in the middle. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Ready? 1, 2, a 3, roll on D, and E. F sharp. Back to E. Back to D. And freeze. Okay, now let's find A. Good job. Okay, let's roll on A. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, roll on A, and go to D. Back to A. Make sure you strike the middle of the note. Back to D. And freeze. Good. Now, you're going to remain on D. We're going to take us to play the chord. So now we're going to split our hands. Couple seconds, you're going to play D and F sharp.
Like rolling?
Yeah. And tenor, we're going to get you to play A and F sharp together. There you go. Now let's roll on that chord. Make it sound nice. 1, 2, a 3, roll. And freeze. So what are the notes that we went through? D, then E, then F sharp, and then A. Good. And then chord. So what I want you to play is D, E, F sharp, A, chord. Right? I'll give you guys 10 seconds to go through that, what we call air pan. So air pan is when you're doing what you need to do, but you're not striking the note. Okay? You're just kind of going through it with your head. Go ahead, you got 10 seconds.
You said D, E, F sharp,
And then A, and then chord.
and then it was
D and F
D
sharp.
and F sharp. Okay.
5 seconds.
We don't have to play, you say, right?
Correct.
We just have to.
When you're doing air pan, you're just internalizing it.
Is your like.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2, roll on D, and go to D, F sharp, A, chord, and freeze. So tenor, when we go to the chord, you're playing A and F sharp. So when I say chord, you go to D. You go to D and F sharp, you go to F sharp again. So that word, even though it's one word, means something completely different for all three of you. Alright? Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, roll on D, and go to D, F sharp, go to A. Now we have chord. And freeze. Now, on that same chord, let's add a rhythm. Jump, 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 jump. Ready? Let's play those. Now, when you're playing a chord, both notes have to be played at the same time. Okay? Let's have that rhythm go like this. Ready? 4 times. 2, 3. No, we're going to be striking the chord. Chop, 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 chop. Right? No, an A and F sharp chord. Good. 1, 2, a 3 first, and. What was really good, Janet, is you knew that you played the first two incorrectly, and then you corrected yourself. Yeah? So you're using your auditory to listen. I'm playing out of time with everyone. Let me hear it one more time. All right? So good job. You corrected yourself, which is exactly what you're supposed to do. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. Rhythm. Go. Second time. Third time. Last time. Good. So that's the rhythm we're going to play after we do our rolls. Roll on D, roll on E, roll on F sharp, roll on A, and then rhythm. Okay? Let's go. 1, 2, roll on D. E. F sharp. A. Rhythm on the chord. Go. Again. Two more times. Last time. Janet, I love that you're getting it. That is exactly where you're. Janet, yes. Now, that's the good thing about Pan, though. When people play bass and you're jamming and you're having fun. Now, you need to internalize it because you'll notice they're usually, depending on the setting, you don't always have in front of a band somebody conducting, right? Sometimes for Panorama, if you're watching Trinidad and different islands, you'll have the arranger there. But if we're talking about a big band, there's about 120 people on that stage. Not even about. That's a big band, right? All 120 people can't see that conductor, clearly. So that conductor is really for the people that can see him or her. So it's really important that you internalize what you're doing. And that is the amazing thing about the human brain and about you. People are able, I don't write down notes. Okay?
I was gonna ask, because that's my challenge. I would like when I was doing music before, I was used to reading notes, so I always had the notes there. I didn't really have to memorize it all the time, so that's my challenge. Yeah, I'm used to reading notes as opposed to just like memorizing everything. So that's why I can get it really quickly, but then if I'm not seeing it, it's a challenge for me to remember, like long time.
It is a challenge. But I know both, right? Because I play clarinet, I play oboe, I know what it is to read music. And I'm a music teacher, so I have to read scores with brass instruments. But the thing that I love about my music journey is when I started playing pans, put beside somebody, I'm 9 years old, and my uncle said, do what he does. That was my instruction. And then my uncle left, and I was next to this person, and I'm a visual learner. So I was able to not only pick up where and what he was hitting, but how he was maneuvering his wrists, right? And if you see that the pan is circular, that's one of the best ways to go from one note to another once you get to do passages. Basically, you don't do up and down when you're going from notes. You have to go left and right. That's how you move. And double seconds, you have to get used to this type of movement. Again, depending on how fast the passages that you're playing. When it comes to reading music, in my view, it's limited because it's a skill, yes, but you remain on the page. And sometimes you're not able to immerse yourself in the music of what's going on because you're kind of just playing a part.
I think once I've been playing longer, then I think it would be easier because I'm still learning where the notes are, so I think I need like a reference still, but probably later on that might not be an issue.
Definitely. And that's how it is for a lot of people. However, I had somebody who joined our band about 3 weeks ago, and they're used to reading music, and it is it's like a crutch. Like they're like, do you have the music scored? I need the music, I need the music. And I said, well, if you always do this, you'll never be able to do that. So that's why I said that the page can be limited. Because sometimes you're just not in tune with all the stuff that's going on around you. So I agree, from what I see, I think that you'll be able to pick up on it. But it's patterns we're also looking at, okay? Let's try that one more time, more than one more time, and then eventually I'm not gonna say anything. I want you guys to guide yourself, okay? Let's do it a couple of times with me guiding you, and then you're just gonna take it away. 1, 2, 3, roll and beat, Judges are right there. They are there, I swear. All right, 1, 2, good luck. 1, 2, and 3. You go. And. I just gave you the rhythm, and I also gave you the tempo with what I just said. Bum, bum, bum. So that's D, E, F sharp. So bass, you're going to have to plan your root. Double seconds, you have to plan your root. And tenor, you have to plan your root. What hand is going to play what note? Once we do it once, I'm going to see if I need to have corrections. So listen to the rhythm. Bum, bum, bum. And that's D, E, F sharp. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, and we're done. 1, 2, 3, 4, and good. Now double seconds with a line like that, you can play that with one hand. Okay. Just use your left hand. Tenor, you're going to play D with your D with your right, E with your right, F sharp with your left, because it's free. Bass, let me see you. That makes sense to me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and we go. Go. Go and. One more time. Now we're going to reverse. 1, 2, 3, go down. 3, go again, and 3, one more time. Try A. Now go like this. A, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 3, last time. We're going to put that A in the middle like this. Do, 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 do. Ba, 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 ba. So we go up, ba, ba, A, then we go down, ba, 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 A. I'm going to give you guys time to do air hand. This time you have 15 seconds. Go ahead. Up, then A, down, then A. So first we do the scale, then A, scale, then A. So, and then.
Can you say that one more time?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna do the reverse one. F sharp, D, A.
Sorry, so that one's harder for me. So you said F sharp, A.
No, don't go A. Go F sharp,
F sharp, E.
pattern going backwards from F sharp.
Okay.
Yeah. E,
F sharp,
D, A. Try that again.
F sharp.
Now that's fine, isolated, right? And knowing when I say up, what the pattern is, and when I say down, what's the pattern. That's really what the challenge is. Okay? Okay. So let's try that again. Let's do it in reverse. We're going to do down, A. Yeah. F sharp, E, D, A. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, go. F sharp. 2 more times. 1 more time. 1 more time. Go up now. E, go. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and last time up, go. Now, who can explain to me what are the 3 things that we've done already since we started this pattern? What are the 3 things that what was the first thing learning the
Roll.
rolling. What notes did we roll on?
B,
Yeah?
E,
Yeah?
F sharp,
Good. And then A.
A.
What was the next element that we added? The rhythm of the chord. What was the rhythm? Try it. Ding, ding, ding. Yes, Chinese. Don't kill me. So that was the second thing. And then what was the third thing that we did? Da, 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 dum. Ba, ba, bum, bum. Right? So, how about we do this? How about we have you two play this part? Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. You do dum, 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 dum. So now we're going to break it up. You guys are going to do a different pattern than Julian. Julian is going to give us that bass. Kyam, 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 kyam. While you guys do melody. Yeah? Let's see if we can put that together. We're going to go up, down, up, down. Okay? While you give us that rhythm. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go. Down, down, go. Nice. Good. Now, here's the hard part. We're going to roll like we already did. D, E, F sharp, A. Then we're going to break off into our own thing, which is what we just did. So when I say break off, you guys go into do, and you go into the rhythm. Yeah? Let's do the scale. 1, 2, a roll on D. And roll on E. So, John, I want you to do this part. Okay? I'd like you to go over there. Julian, I'd like you to go here. And Beverly, I'd like you to go here. That's wonderful. Oh, Lord! Look at Julian! I didn't sign up for this.
Oh.
So what you're going to do, Beverly, is you're going to quickly show him what the notes are that you just played. Show him where D is, E is, and show him A is. Go.
Okay. So this is D. And then over here, this is E, but we're using this E. This is also E. F sharp. And then this one's A. And roll on this one.
And now do that one more time. Which one's D?
Over here.
Mhm.
E.
Mhm.
F sharp.
Mhm.
And then A.
Okay.
Go to the left.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Let me see if you can pick up. Nice. Good. Now you show Janet where the notes are.
Just say that a little now. It's working.
Come around here. Come around here. No, Janet, you stay. Julie, you come here.
Let's say D. Both of them together. Two hands to go.
Thanks.
F sharp.
Now, Julian, what would you advise her to do with her hands? How would you advise her to hold the sticks when you're playing bass?
For me, it's easier like this.
Right. So you'll notice tenor, you can get away with holding it a bit dainty, if you will, right? Bass requires a little bit, you have to do a bit more firm, okay? So I never advise pan players to play as if they're pointing at somebody. Your index finger, regardless of what pen you're playing, should be wrapped around the mallet because that gives you the best way to use your wrists properly. To make a stirring a pot of pilau. All right. So let's see you roll on D, please, Janet. Good. I like that you adjusted and went to the middle of the note. Let's go to E. And let's go to F sharp. E. Good. And now Janet, show Beverly where the notes are for the tenor band, please. You can practice if you like, Julie.
That's the E.
What note is this? E, okay.
F sharp.
F sharp.
Can we do it one more time?
Okay. I'll give you guys 20 seconds to go over your notes.
Okay.
20 seconds begins now. And freeze. Here we go. We're going to roll on G, just like we know. And then when I say move, you're going to switch to E. 1, 2, 3, roll on D. So remember the instruction? I'll let you know when to go to E. I want you to be comfortable with where you are before we go. 1, 2, 3, D. And body too much. So if I'm here playing D, I'm like this. Right? You're always open. Tenor. It is frowned upon to have your elbow like this. When you're playing E, it comes in. And remember, the slightest touch of any note will ring. Right? It's all about the wrists, not the elbow. Elbows are close to the body. All I'm using are my wrists. Okay? Use these mallets instead. Okay, let's try that again. Rolling. Now I'm going to talk about volume. Let's play softer now. Okay, 1, 2, I'll roll on D. And that were not necessarily told to me, I had to watch and interpret. Depending on where the note is that you're going to next, that's the hand you should lead with, so you stay in time. Okay? So bass, if you're going from F sharp to A, even though you're right-handed, you're left-handed. Okay, that's dope. That's really good. Usually, if you're right-handed, people want to lead with their right hand. But A would be closest to your left. So while you're rolling, you can go bam and come over. Okay? And double seconds and tenor, same thing. From here, A is closer to your right hand. So when you're moving, the first hand that should strike the note to keep you in time with the drum set is your right hand. Same thing with the double seconds. If I'm doing it extremely slow motion, I'm doing something like this. Alright. So lead with whatever hand is closest to the note that you're about to play. Let's try that again. 1, 2, I'll roll on D and go to E. Well, I mean, hey, you get to tell me what's, I mean, for you, Janet, it's a huge leap. It's a huge leap, right?
Yes, I didn't know.
What did you notice? What do you, what's
Cool.
not bad,
Not bad.
not bad.
Not bad.
What about you, Julian? Anything you like or don't like?
I'm still soaking it.
Soaking it in?
Yeah.
That's fair. What about you, Beth?
I like it.
Yeah?
It's easier, I would say.
Remember what you said to me before though? You're like, oh no. You said this was more difficult.
Yeah, I started on this one.
Okay. Alright. Let's do that rhythm now. Okay? So you have this. You have to do D, F sharp with one hand. And whatever hand is for you. Perfect. Now let's have you on the rhythm. On D. I want to hear this. You know what? Sometimes you go for the instrument that you just see yourself on. And sometimes you end up playing another instrument that you didn't see yourself on and liking it even more. Stay there. Come on this side. You stay there.
Rolling.
Yeah, so D has split. So D has, for every drum on the 6 bass, there's 2 of one note and 1 of another. So you have the dead note, the actual note. So for D, you have 2. Middle. Yeah. Next one. Good. Okay. She's eager. She wanted to go somewhere over there. So try that again. Show us where D is. And now, Bev, show Julian where the notes are in the tenor, please.
What's that? It's what? This is easier. D, and then F sharp.
One more time. Play that again. D. And remember, Julian, tenor has a lighter touch to it to play the note. You notice for bass it can take a bit of aggression, tenors can't, so it's light. Good. Yeah?
That's supposed to sound? Sounds
Yeah. It's a bit off, but
okay.
once it's paired, sometimes that's how it goes. If it's isolated, it sounds a bit off, but once it's paired, the note resonates more. Let's go. 1, 2, a roll on D. Stay. Let's try that again. So instead of rolling for 4 beats, we're rolling for 8. 1, 2, 3. Now, a couple of structural things. All of you have played tenor. You'll notice D and A are right next to each other here, right? Notice D and A is one hand in the bass. So the bass is really a reflection of fourths of the tenor. So you have D and A, C and G, F and B flat, right? E and B, right? F sharp and C sharp, G sharp and E flat. So it's pockets. Double seconds is a little bit different. It's a chromatic pen.
Yeah.
It's more of a chromatic pen. So certain pens have a certain structure. So what I mean by chromatic is, if you're doing a chromatic scale on the double seconds, every chromatic note is in a different pen. So. Alright? Whereas the tenor, chromatic scale, every note is always across the pan, and you'll notice that you're always open. Okay? Now, what I would say, there's some advice. That's called a So that's called a chromatic scale. And it is the most useful scale to learn on any instrument. It doesn't matter whether it's Steelpan or not, because it involves every single note. And it's actually, although we usually, sometimes begin with C major. A lot of people begin with that scale just because there's no sharps, there's no flats. You don't have to say B flat, you don't have to say F sharp. However, the scale that will get you to learn your instrument the most is the chromatic scale, because it gets you to play every single note. And so when someone like me is the arranger or the composer and they're calling notes, you already know where those notes are easily because you've done the chromatic scale. E flat, no problem. I know where that is. F, I know where that is. Technically, when you do keys, when you do certain keys, you only know where those notes are. Okay. And that is about it, I would say.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So some advice that I would encourage you to do is, yes, familiarize yourself familiarize yourself with the instrument you play. Always try to play the specific instrument you play. So if this is your double seconds bed, you should always play this instrument. Why? You need to get used to it. You need to get used to its sound. Every instrument has its own character. Okay? If this is your bass, you need to play that bass. You know where the notes are, and depending on who made the bass, sometimes notes can be a bit shifted, and that can kind of ruin your experience.
On this one, there are a couple notes that are shifted from the one that I was playing.
I practice on one I have at the, and as it's like my, I know it.
It's your go-to.
Yeah.
I'm not used to this double seconds. For double seconds for me, A is here. Okay? F is here. B is here. This makes sense. This pen makes sense. But this one, things are shifted. But I've been playing long enough that I'm like, okay, I just have to adjust my hand, right, where it is. The other thing is, yes, exactly what you were alluding to, Janet, is to try different instruments in the orchestra. That will also help with your ear training, because you'll get more familiar with the actual notes that are being played. Oh, that sounds like a guitar pad. Oh, that sounds like a bass. That sounds like a forepad. Just try yourself to either before practice or after.
Yeah.
Ask them to borrow their
All right,
talents.
Julian, can I borrow?
You can always come.
And one thing that I noticed, Beth, is because you're a melody player, your rolling is usually a lot better than bass players, because bass players rarely roll. But once you got into that instrument, you were able to do that because you have that function already with playing a melody instrument. And that's just something that it's just something that's done with melody. All consonants, no vowels, right? And you usually have to tell them you have to play it more delicately. Whereas the bass player, moving from a tenor to a bass player, the only thing you have to tell them is to play maybe a little bit stronger, but the rolling is usually there. All right? That's about it, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. A lot. It looks like a daunting task because there's a lot more notes.
Yeah.
But the tenor has the most notes in the orchestra.
I think think that's why it's harder to remember. It's like generally I don't have problems remembering things, you know, but you know, for some reason it's like more challenging with this instrument.
I like particular instruments more than others. Double seconds is not my favorite instrument, but that's coming from a arranger, composer standpoint. There are a couple of instruments that are not here that I really, really enjoy. There's something called the double tenor, which is like an instrument in between these ones. No, it looks like it has the length.
Yeah, so as I was saying, it was a different experience. I wouldn't say it was too rapid, but it was very captivating. You're in the moment. You move from one exercise to the other, and I think the most entertaining part of it is when we had to switch instruments.
Yes.
You know, initially when I switched instrument, I was like, these people are serious. But then, you know, you got into playing the notes, and then when I switched from the, what is this, the double tenor, to the tenor pan, it was just a fabulous and fun experience. So.
Yes. It was a good lesson for the time, you know, which we'd have more time to learn more notes, right? But all of us that was there enjoyed the moment. I learned a little, and especially on the bass there, over there. Yeah, I didn't. It was. Seeing it, I thought it was hard, but you know, if I practice more on it, I think I would learn to play.
So
Yeah.
what about on your primary instrument, the soprano pan? What did you learn from the experience?
How to do the wrists, yes, and when you're switching from like on the left, wherever you about to go, you use your hand to go over to the chord, the letter. Yes, the lead hand then. Yes, that's I learned that.
Would you like to go down on a field trip down to his band practices?
Yes.
Okay, I think he said the time they normally start around 8 o'clock
8.
to about 10.
Okay.
So that would be a kind of late evening thing.
Yeah.